Today, we are talking about this Barbie movie. It says months of planning by Mattel and Warner Brothers is paid off because the Barbie movie has the highest opening weekend earnings domestically this year, ranking at $155 million. The movie is at $155 million domestically, $337 worldwide on opening weekend. Currently, it's at 366 million domestically, almost 800 million worldwide. Mattel and Warner Brothers are silent about the exact marketing budget for the movie, but they said it was not as high as people think it was, maybe between 125 million to 150 million. What's your take on this movie, bro? Like, what's the hype?
This is the epitome of marketing. This is it right here. Obviously, as you know, friends of the show, y'all are family members, actually. If you've been watching this show for a while, you're a family member. I just want you to know that, right? You're a family member. You're part of the show. Make sure that you comment, you message, and let your voice be heard. You are essentially, what do they call it? The fourth estate. You are the fourth estate. Without you, there is no show. And I just want you guys to know that. And why did I take, almost half of my 2x2 here to give you guys praise? It's not just because I love you guys, right? That's not just it. It's because there's nothing else to talk about. This is a marketing job. And no, I haven't seen this movie. No, I haven't. Well, what I do know is it's not as marketing budget wasn't as high as you thought it was. It was only around $150 million. Whoa, $150 million for marketing? Oh, makes sense. I can tell because they took over every billboard. They are in songs. They are in other movies. They are in commercials all over Spotify, all over TV, all over a podcast, all over, little games, video games, all over everywhere. I mean, it is a masterclass in marketing. And why wouldn't you do so? If you can spend 150 million and gross 800 million globally just in the first in the first week, right? Oh, I'm doing that 10 times over, right? And this is also, it speaks to writer's strike, right? I've noticed, keep my ears to the streets. I've noticed a much greater emphasis on stories that are almost kind of like tried and tested or like proven. And let's just spend a ton of money on it because we know we can make something impressive enough to make more money off it rather than investing in story writing, right? That's why the writers are probably on strike. Rather than investing in originality, they keep going back to the same wells. And, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. I think it's going to work out well. You're right. This is a masterclass in marketing. Guys, you've been watching the show at all. We talk about ownership. We talk about entrepreneurship. We have a conversation around owning businesses and what we have to do in order to grow a business. This Barbie brand, right? I think it's so vast. The movie, the thing that's interesting to me is that the movie is really just going to lead to actual Mattel Barbie doll sales also, right? Like the movie is independent itself, great, gonna bring in money, obviously, right? Got stars, they marketed it very well, like you said, in music, different channels, right? All these different things, but it goes all the way back to their original product, the original vertical, which were the dolls. So the dolls are going to actually sell more because the movie came out. So the question is, was this all a ploy to sell dolls? It not just like, is this the marketing campaign to really sell dolls? Right? When you have big companies like Warner Brothers and Mattel together, they say, okay, the movie's really just marketing for the dolls. Sure, it brings in some revenue, but what's the end goal? I think it's really for the dolls. Either way, Mattel is very smart. Shout out to all the Barbie fans. I heard it was a pretty good movie, right? People are enjoying it. They're going out, they're watching it, they're dressing up. It's like, kind of a cultural type of following. So again, what can we learn? What do you say?
Due to the marketing, and
Due to the
literally just
marketing.
embedded themselves into the culture.
Very
And it
true.
makes a lot of sense, you know. But I'll say this, I think there's a lack of, we're suffering from a real lack of substance, culturally speaking.
Totally.
Right. There's a lot of recycling in music, recycling in movie. You know, there's like very little original sort of new things coming out. It's more of recycling of the old, where corporations pour a ton of money into it and just try to squeeze every dollar that they can out of it. And quite, you know, call me old, call me, you know, what you will, but I just don't like it, man. I just don't like it.
You're old. You're old, man. Come on.
All right. Well,
Put
if
your
I'm
overalls.
old, you're a fossil.
Put your overalls on.
I do love overalls.
Hike up those overalls, sir.
I do love me overalls. That's true.
Either way, good lesson in marketing. Pay attention, guys. Marketing is one of those major pillars in building a business. You can learn some things. Success leaves clues, right? There's some things missing, but we can always learn some stuff from the big company. So
I don't know if you've ever heard, man. Wiz Khalifa said something very interesting. He was like, listen, corporations don't come up with original ideas. They are not capable of doing that. What they are capable of is taking what we come up with. By we, he's referring to himself, obviously, and other creators, right? What we come up with originally, and then they can take that and polish it up and make, you know, millions and millions off of it, but they don't come up with original ideas. And when I see this Barbie plastered all over LA, that's kind of what I think about.
yeah, it makes sense.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Good Life.
If you enjoy this episode, please take a moment to subscribe and like our channel.
If you have any feedback or suggestions for future episodes, please leave us a comment down below.
If you're listening to the podcast audio version, we appreciate you just as much. Thank you for tuning into the Good Life Show.
We believe that everyone has the potential to live their best life, and we hope our show helps you get that one step closer to achieving your goal.
If you know someone who would benefit from our show, please share it with them, and thank you for your continued support.
That's it for another week's episode here on The Good Life. We'll see you next week for another inspiring conversation.
Welcome to the good life.